Thank you, Bill. What is a development agreement? A development agreement was prepared using, or the development agreement was prepared using the NC Development Agreement Act that was effective in June 19th of 2020. The act applies to multiple phase developments over many years that have community impacts, which require careful coordination of public facilities, capital planning. The act gives local governments the freedom to negotiate with developers in order to integrate developments into the community. The act requires a notice of public hearing, which is a legislative hearing in advance of adoption of a development agreement. The agreement must describe the public facilities, the period of time for development of each phase, a development schedule no greater than 5 years for each phase, allocation of the financial responsibility, and performance guarantees. Under a development agreement, the laws that apply at the time of adoption may not change unless the agreement says otherwise. The agreement may be modified by mutual consent. The agreement must be recorded with the Register of Deeds within 14 days of adoption. Why is the county entering into the Rolling Meadows development agreement? Well, delayed allocation for water and sewer utilities. 250 lots have already been allocated. That allocation will be revoked, and roughly 33,750 gallons per day will return to the county. The conditions of the agreement: no allocation until the Moss Brothers has sold the property to BRD. No allocation will be granted until BRD has sold to developers. Both sales must be with full disclosure and complete transparency as to the information provided to any developers and any entity that furnishes financing to said developers regarding the entitlements and contractual terms and conditions set forth in the proposed development agreement. Immediately paid system development fees for any allocation at the rate in effect at the time of allocation. Otherwise, because the development has 5 subdivisions, no SDFs will be paid until the issuance of building permits. The SDFs will total $6,363,280. The cap for all the water and sewer utilities will be set at 143,655 gallons per day for the entire development. That's including amenities within the development. Phase 1 will be first. Phase 2 does not begin until there are 48 completed units in each of the 3 subdivisions in Phase 1, and the bypass in Phase 1 is open for vehicular traffic. The developer must have 48 completed units in each subdivision of Phase 2 before the developer is allocated any more for those subdivisions. A 5-year schedule for each phase and it will not exceed 10 years as shown on the development schedule that's in the packet in your agenda. On each allocation, developer has 2 years with the right to 1-year extension for the allocation, same as that is written in the Water and Sewer Allocation Ordinance, Chapter 34, Section 34-2, from the date of allocation. The developer must complete all of the bypass in Rolling Meadows before more than 250 units receive certificates of occupancies. Full indemnity from the developers for all obligations in the agreement. On each of the requests for allocation, the developer shall provide a cost of the installation and furnish a bond or letter of credit for such cost. The county does not agree to build any infrastructure. All on-site and off-site improvements must be done by the developer. The developer shall install a parallel sewer outfall from Cedar Creek Road to the wastewater treatment plant. If this cost is more than $1 million, the county may fund the excess. The county will also be reimbursed for its attorney's fees for the development agreement not to exceed $100,000. The next step will to hold the public hearing. Thank you.
All right, at this